Have you ever wondered why?
When?
How much?
What if?
Well, you're in luck, because you're listening to the Hypotheticast.
3 best buds.
On a mission.
To ask all the questions?
And get all the answers.
I was born with both guns blazing, and I do think I'm amazing. You got the dignity to feel a little about yourself. I don't care what your preacher says. I got my own vicious ways. Only got one command and it goes, I'm killing it. I'm killing it. I'm killing it.
Hello.
Oh, hey, we've started. This is
we
it.
did it.
This is it.
Happening.
David just belched into the mic.
I had to. My body.
The microphone, not to me, not to me.
My body.
Unwelcome.
Into Mike.
Not welcome.
Oh,
I'm
no,
Mike,
it's okay.
by the
No
way.
shame. Oh, hi,
I'm
Mike.
David, by the way.
I'm Emily.
Hey, Emily.
Have you ever been belched into?
Jesus. I was thinking, how should we start this nice episode? We're starting our recording, and David just comes up with that.
Wait, is this a nice episode? Have we decided? Is this like one where we're not nasty?
It's the first one. Like, you know, we record, spoiler alert, we record a few in a row, and we haven't recorded for a while, so here we are. And
you're right.
David
I can
wants
ask
to
a
know.
different question.
Oh, David, you answer it first. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Oh, you have. All right.
Yeah.
Great.
My next question is, have you ever picked a flower on a summer day?
Okay. No, we're not like that. Let's
Too
We're
nice,
not
too
like
nice.
that.
let's not pretend.
Okay. Meet in the middle.
There's no middle ground.
Oh, no.
Emily, answer the question, yes or no.
I don't think so.
I guess I probably have. I can't think
You
about
guess?
it. So many things have happened in my life. It's hard to know.
Edith hiccuped
Wow.
inside of me a lot. Does that count?
Like when she was
Ooh, yeah.
actually inside you.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's, I mean, it does count.
That definitely
but also
counts.
it's a different kind of like into you. like if she did that now,
Yes.
like she came up to your mouth and belched into your mouth as a baby, that will be different.
That sounds like something she would do, but I don't think she has yet. So
Edie, do it.
Hey, David,
Hey,
you got your second dose of the vaccine today.
can you tell?
Yeah, you just seem like you have a glow.
Oh,
You're kind of
yeah.
glowing.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm also pregnant, but I did get that vaccine.
Did you get pregnant from the vaccine? I heard that. I heard
Maybe.
that's a potential side
Yeah.
effect.
Yeah, which I'm down. I'm ready to be the parent to a virus. I think what it needs is oh man, what if there's someone out there that's like COVID just needs a mom.
I thought it was like a little AI baby that you were going to get pregnant
maybe
with.
that's what it is.
Like a
Little Bill Gates
Little
in there.
5G Bill Gates baby. Yeah.
What if
you
little
just have
5G
Bill
Gates
Gates's
is
baby?
inside me? Oh no, I don't want to have Bill Gates's baby.
Well,
Oof.
Well, he's single.
that's what happens when you
Yeah,
trust
that's
mainstream media, David.
That's what happens when you get vaccines is you have Bill Gates's children.
I think I got. It didn't Dolly. Which one did Dolly Parton fund? Moderna.
Moderna, yeah.
That's the one
I
got.
got that one.
There we go.
Oh,
So maybe I'll have Dolly Parton's baby.
Yeah.
that would be nicer.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would be a lot nicer just because I think Bill Gates is trash.
I don't know. He's single, ladies.
I like that.
For good
That's
reason. Wait, he's trash. Yeah, but he is single.
Yeah, those are not mutually exclusive.
What about Melinda? How do you feel about Melinda?
Also terrible.
Okay.
I mean, she's not like Satan, but come on.
if
the
she
moment of
does
lift.
what Bezos's wife does, where
I
she
was thinking
takes
about
all of
that
his
today,
money
too.
and spends it,
Yeah.
like that's a good move. But
Yeah.
we'll see.
She has to spend most of it though for me to respect her. She can't just spend like 5% of it.
Right,
Also,
right.
she has to
Whatever.
do it in like a very spectacular way. Like, I want to see her in like feather boas on yachts, just like throwing handfuls of cash into the air in the middle of the city.
I want her to like
Explicitly wasteful.
build a giant mechanical Bill Gates and
Yeah.
then parade it through America, spitting out money as it goes.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
spitting out
That's
his
the-
money.
That's the stimulus checks are dispensed by robot Bill
Can
Gates
he like have a
next time.
creaky arm that waves?
Yeah, he's waving.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, Melinda, if you want to brainstorm, give us a call.
We could probably get her on, right?
Yeah,
Probably.
1-888-888 888. That's the number for the hypothetical guest.
I thought
That's
that
so
was
true.
Pizza Hut or Little Caesars or something. Do you remember that?
I think Domino's got one with a bunch of numbers in it once.
1-888-888. I don't know.
I don't know.
This is all made
I mean,
up.
we're basically the same as Domino's Pizza at this point.
Oh,
We're going to play a game today. It's called
What?
Would I Rather?
Would you?
Oh, you're going to find out, David. So you both have some Would You Rather questions. I have some. I'm going to say the question, and then you twosies have to debate which answer you think I would pick. Are you ready?
I
Oh my
was
God,
born
I really
ready.
am.
Yes, you were, Emily. Here's my first question. This is from my Zabmondo Light board game.
Oh, yeah.
This is from the pain/fear/discomfort category.
Love that category. Big fan.
Would I rather wake up strapped in a car seat to the spindle of a skyscraper or wake up confined in a small dark box, location unknown?
Whoa.
Ooh.
Okay, the first one is strapped to the spindle of a skyscraper.
In a car seat.
Is that like a baby
In a
car
car
seat?
I guess it's big and it doesn't say baby.
Yeah,
Or is
do
it like
you
a
fit
car
in the car seat?
I guess it's the car seat separate from a car.
So it's like the seat of a car. Okay.
I mean, to be honest, like the thing that you're strapped up there with
That's not really
doesn't feel like the most
the
pivotal
headline.
thing in
It is
why
an
that
interesting
is
detail,
uncomfortable.
though.
Yeah, it is. Maybe because so many people, when they workshopped all these questions, which I truly hope they did, a lot of people were like, how am I strapped up there? Is it just like on my body? That sounds uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I don't want to get like lesions. It's like, fine, you're in a car seat.
Because if you're in a box, in a dark box, you're like supported. Like you can like relax.
It's true. I always feel really supported when I'm inside.
In a small
It's
dark
really
box.
affirming. Uh-huh.
I've got
I'm gonna go ahead and say the skyscraper. What did they call it? A spindle?
Yeah, the
Like
spindle
the pokey part on top?
the spindle of a skyscraper.
Well, okay. One of those, I feel like in my mind, I'm freaked out, obviously, if I'm in both those scenarios. One of them has a lot more implication that you will be seen and rescued, and that's the spindle one. Whereas the one where you're deep down, who the hell knows where you are in a tiny box, that sounds like probability of you dying is high. There's way too many parts of that particular flowchart where I end up suffocating and dying. I don't like that. No, thank you.
I also just feel like even if you do die in both scenarios, you can be like more entertained.
It's more exciting to be up top. You don't get to see anything when you're underground. Yeah, it's a win-win, I think, going with Spindle.
You're not like alone
so
with
that-
your thoughts.
yeah.
You can distract yourself by like pretending the people are ants and stuff.
Right. Thankfully, you can distract yourself with pretend. What a nice thing. Yeah, that's definitely my guess. I think Mike's a Spindle boy for sure.
You both guessed skyscraper?
Yeah.
I wrote skyscraper.
Yes. 1 point for each of us.
Mostly just, I think, like, it's scary, but
Yeah.
also small dark box just suggests to me you're buried underground.
Right.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying.
and
You're
that's
not getting out of
and
there.
that you're almost never going to get out of that one.
I guess that is an implication that I totally like put onto the question. It could just be that you're in a box in someone's room, even someone that you know and care about, and they just decided for some reason to put you in a box.
But again, the like small and dark,
Too scary.
you can't do anything. You can't see anything. You're just alone with your thoughts.
Yeah, I think Mike, you chose correctly.
Oh, good.
That's the part of this
Yeah.
we say, but we also judge.
Emily, choose. No, don't choose. Or do choose, but
Emily,
don't tell.
choose.
Choose, but
Choose.
don't tell.
Rita, would I rather? Okay. Would I rather have to become very tan or very blonde?
Very blonde, I think. I think it would change your vibe a lot less. I can't picture you very tan. I think that's part of it. And maybe it's because you've always been very pale, and that's always been like an iconically part of you.
I think we have seen Emily very blonde when she was
right.
Lindsay Bluth at my Halloween party.
Yeah.
And Tanner was her Tobias, and he wore short shorts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was a
Sure
beautiful
did.
thing.
Good old days.
The good old days. Now, he didn't give that up, though, did he? Does he still do it?
The shorts?
Yeah.
He did not give them up. ever. They are
I remember
still.
Tanner saying that was a lifelong costume. Everybody laughed and laughed. But he showed
it was a
them.
commitment. No, I don't know where those shorts are. I don't know.
That's probably for the best.
I'm gonna say though, you had a blonde wig. I'm gonna actually say that you would want to be tan.
Very tan.
Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, very blonde is different than very tan. I feel like being very blonde doesn't say as many negative things. Well, I guess being very tan isn't necessarily negative, but when I think of very tan people, I'm like concerned about them.
Exactly. Especially like white people that have become very tan. I'm like, I don't know what your deal is.
But I do think Emily wants to know what it's like to be that tan.
How long?
Yeah.
How long
like
does
what will it be?
Life.
Oh,
for
no,
life.
Then definitely the blonde one.
I'm going to say, I still think tan just because she wants to know.
Yeah, that's fair. Maybe.
Okay.
And maybe it would protect her from getting some skin cancer or something. I don't know. There's maybe a practical angle there.
I would rather have to become very blonde.
I knew that it wasn't tan. That's why I said it.
Especially because, you got me, Mike. Especially because getting very tan would increase my chances of getting skin cancer because
Oh, does it really?
tanning,
tanning.
the act of it.
Okay, you're right.
And it would be very, it would take a lot of tanning in order for me to become that. But you know what? Even if it was spray tan, which I didn't say as an option, but let's say it was, I would still go blonde because I think it would look very obvious that my tan was fake. And I do think there's some like pretty problematic stuff out there about very white people becoming very fake tan. And also a little bit in my heart, I want to know what it would be like to be very blonde. I don't think it would look great, but it'd be fun to try.
And like I said, I don't think it would like mess with people's idea of you.
Right.
The way becoming a spray tanned person would.
Yes.
For,
exactly.
I really don't think that I'd be like, what happened to Emily?
What are Emily's values?
Like if you, what are your values? Which is what I usually ask when somebody changes their hairstyle. What are Emily's values anymore? I don't even know what to think. Where does she stand? Is it time for me? Do you want to know,
David, it's time for you.
Time for me. Would I rather live in a world with one big meal where the whole society was cafeteria style, bunch of amazing, delicious food, but you only get to eat once per day and you have to go to your communal place to eat a buffet style? Or live in a world that didn't have solid food anymore, but we all have little flavor tubes that feed us a variety of nutritional shakes all day long as we walk around. So there's no mealtime, and we don't really get to enjoy the food that much.
Are the flavor tubes just hanging from the sky?
No, I think you get like a
from?
backpack, it's like those beer hats, but a lot more functional.
How do I refill my backpack?
It's probably just a packet. Have you ever refilled? No, you worked at Dairy Queen, like one of those packs of ice cream type stuff.
Oh God!
You probably just load a new one in there.
Oh, I hooked one of those when I was putting it in, and it sprayed all over me and all over the cooler, and I was covered in chocolate fluid. It was,
wow.
Wait, can you say that whole all of that stuff that you just said, but a little slower?
I will not. You're gonna have to pay me.
I'll just edit it to be
that's
slow.
the $10 level on my OnlyFans, David. My erotic Dairy Queen OnlyFans stories.
Oh no.
So I can have feeding tubes or one communal meal every day.
David can have.
David can.
Oh yeah, but I mean David.
You got to get into my head. You role play me. Find out what David wants.
I feel like this is hard because I feel like I've heard David express interest in both of these things.
Exactly.
I think he wrote this question.
Big
too.
communal, big communal meals, and then also not having to eat food. I think are both things that he likes the idea of.
I think communal meals, just because David likes communist stuff. he likes collectives.
Yeah, no, I mean he likes community, and I think, and the other thing is that still does come with the benefit of it only needing to be one meal. So there would still potentially be like an element of time saving there.
I think there's one meal, but they all feed each other from their own feeding tubes. So they stick each other's tubes in each other's mouths.
Can you say that again, but really slow?
That's the $20 level, okay?
Oh,
that's
tube
a lot
stuff.
more money.
Tube stuff.
Tube play.
Yeah, I still am leaning strongly towards the communal meal just because I think it would be a less efficient, but I feel like especially now we're craving people, right?
Yep.
We just want to.
Yep.
We should have a communal meal in our backyard. Let's just set up a long table and just like throw food on it.
What kind of food?
Every kind.
Oh, okay.
We gotta get one of each.
What kind do you want, Emily? We got that. Whatever you want, it's gonna be.
What about
there.
like a sweet taco bar?
A sweet taco bar. Wait,
like a taco bar that is sweet,
or
like
you mean
with some pineapples
yeah, it's only
or sugars.
Choco tacos. Yep.
I'm using the word sweet like cool kids did in 1997. Thank you.
A wicked taco bar that's da bomb.
It's like the sweet life of Zach and Cody. That's what she means.
Yeah.
Oh, a sweet taco.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, guess what? You're right.
Yay!
You did it. I wrote this one specifically to be a close call because I like both of those things.
That's
like
really
the
weird
idea.
that you like the tubes.
I love the tubes. There's a part of me that's like, it would be sort of nice to not have to think for minutes to hours every day about like, how am I going to put things in my body and then have that take time.
You know, you could do that. Do shakes for food.
There are some legitimate concerns about that being a good way to actually live.
That's true.
And I think in this world, they've figured it out.
Sure. It's like totally healthy.
Yeah.
Definitely. You won't be missing out on any big
this
nutrients.
Nutritional paste actually like does the job instead of making your body confused.
Nutritional paste.
But I love the idea of anything that like gives me more time every day, which is a very corporate idea. And I kind of hate that about myself, but here I am.
Okay, folks, would I rather have a nose that glows red when I get excited or have steam come out of my ears when I get mad?
Oh, I love both of these.
I'm going to say
That's fun.
Steam.
What kind of excited?
Any kind. All kinds.
Any kind.
All excitements.
Wow. So that, I mean, by some definitions, that would even include anger. Like excitement is just like
Sure, yeah.
raising a hackle.
I say Steam because, first of all, it's a little bit more of like a traditional, like it's like a cartoon response to anger, you know?
Yeah.
Like it
love that.
feels more connected to the emotion.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, I feel like when you're mad, you're maybe not as worried about whether other people know you're mad or not. But sometimes when you're excited, you don't want people to know. So I think it would be more embarrassing to have something very obviously indicating that. And also, I just think a bright red nose. I don't know. I just don't think he'd
I don't
like that.
Aesthetically, it's not as fun. I think that's a big
too
part
like
of
look
it.
at me, flashy. You know.
Yeah,
that's not Mike's vibe.
Here's a thought that I just had in response to the idea that sometimes you don't want people to know that you're excited about something. That we could be talking about anything. I don't know. It doesn't have to be peepees, but like it could. What I thought is sometimes you don't want people to know that you're angry either. And like, what would happen if like you were hanging out with your friend and your friend said something and you were like, oh man, I gotta just keep this. I can't pick this fight right now. But a little steam like squeaked out of your ear and they were like, what was that? And you're like, it's nothing. And you like cover up your ear and try to.
Couldn't you be like, oh, I was thinking about racism?
Sorry, I was mad at structural problems in the world. That's what made me.
That's
mad.
my secret. I'm always angry about racism.
That's like
I
when
just
you do
thought about
something-
Paul Gazelka. I'm sorry.
It's like you do something. Your friend does something that is a little bit embarrassing, and then you laugh, and they're like, "Why are you laughing?" And you're like, "I was thinking of a funny joke I like."
Yeah,
like you can't get away with that. You can't do that.
I just feel like maybe you shouldn't hide when you're angry. Maybe it would be a good thing.
I think it would be a good thing, and I think it's especially in this Minnesota climate. I think more people should know when they've made people angry. I think that would actually be totally fine. And my final point, I think, which was Emily's first point, steam out of the ears is classic, baby. It's so good. I think Mike wants that classic look.
I have written the word steam.
Yes.
Because a lot of good reasons that you said. And also I feel like it would help, maybe it would help remind me like to calm down. I would be like, I'd be like, this is so silly. And also if it did come out, I don't need to hide my anger from someone.
Right.
It's okay.
Also, it could open up your pores and.
Yeah,
I was going to say you could like
nice.
steam some vegetables. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I could just
Hold up
stick
an
them in
ear
my
of corn.
ear. Yeah.
That sounds good.
That would
You
work.
could put a little pea in each one.
I don't think a pea would be what I would be putting in my ear. It would go in.
You could though.
It would go in
I'm
there.
just saying you could. It would go in. You think it would just trickle down in there like a marble works?
Yeah, well, it's a peas are smaller than your ear hole. I don't know. Have you ever tried
kids
that?
Get stuff like that stuck in their ears all the time.
Oh, I know. That happened to me.
I actually do think I have a very, very bad concept of how big my ear holes are because I was like, peas aren't bigger than my ear canal. And I'm like, I think they probably are.
Emily.
Would I rather live with a tiny vampire or a Victorian ghost child?
Ooh.
How big is the ghost child?
How big is a tiny vampire?
They are both about 2.5 feet tall.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's bigger than I was expecting. Like, that's a small vampire to me. A tiny vampire,
Okay.
I was thinking was like imp,
Okay.
imp
You know
size.
what? They're not the same size. No, you're right. The child ghost is about 2.5 feet tall.
So child size.
The tiny vampire is about 1 foot tall.
Cute.
Okay.
Who? And this is that you live with them.
Yes.
In your present circumstances, or do you have to get a new home?
Yeah, I do have a lot of follow.
I guess in my present circumstances, yeah.
And are they like just like another? Are they a child or are they a roommate? What are like?
Which one?
Or
I mean,
is that up to us?
the
to
Victorian
decide?
ghost child is a child, but is not
Clearly,
my
right.
child.
But not yours.
And the tiny vampire is neither a child nor my child.
It's neither one. Okay. Thank you, Emily. I appreciate all of those clarifications. This is a tough one because I don't think either one of them jumps out to me as like, oh, that's the one. Emily loves a ghost. Would probably welcome the opportunity to live with a little baby ghost. But a tiny vampire has a good ring to it that I think can't be overlooked.
Yeah, that's a TV show.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And I think that one is also the one that makes me more interested about why it's a tiny vampire. Like, everybody knows the classic kid ghost. Like, that's in every horror movie. But there's not usually tiny vampires in horror movies.
Yeah, except for the little vampire starring Jonathan Lipnicki.
Oh, he was there. Maybe it's him. Would you rather live with Jonathan Lipnicki or Jonathan Taylor Thomas?
Is he the Victorian ghost child?
Yeah, JTT is the Victorian ghost child. He's dead, and he's been dead for a long time.
I feel like the tiny vampire could do stuff too. Like, could be
He
handy.
could do stuff.
Could like go into like the mouse holes, and if there's mice, get them.
You're right. I mean, he is a foot tall.
Well, he's skinny. Vampire, he's probably skinny though.
Yeah, pretty skinny.
And vampires can transform. They can change forms. He could be a little bat.
Yeah, that would be so cool. He'd be a tiny everything.
Wait, do you think
God,
maybe the
that's such a good
vampire
idea.
proportionally it evens out so that he's a giant bat? He's a tiny
Yeah, I
vampire,
think so.
but a
I
giant
think
bat.
So. Yeah, and a medium-sized werewolf.
Yeah,
if
yeah,
he
yeah.
does that too, because
Regular wolf.
Oh, you're just regular wolf. Sorry, vampire can't be werewolf.
I actually don't know. I mean,
A vampire can transform into a werewolf and then transform into a man. That's the only way to get out of being a vampire is that chain of transformation.
I don't know, man. That's tricky.
It is
Good
tricky.
loophole.
I know. I really got
Yeah,
him.
I think tiny vampire for sure.
I think
100%.
so too. I'm kind of tempted to be like to just choose the other one so that like I could be right if Emily is thinking a different thing, kind of like you did when you guessed the wrong one before.
Not really a strategy.
I gotta go with my heart. I love a tiny vampire, and I think Emily does too.
You're right.
Yeah,
Both of you are right. I would pick the tiny vampire mainly because there are very like clear rules about how to like deal with vampires, and also because a Victorian child ghost sounds very annoying, like very whiny. But I did want to shout out to that Chihuahua. Have you guys heard about that Chihuahua? Prancer?
That Chihuahua.
Ghost Chihuahua?
No, it's an actual Chihuahua. It was in the news this week. 2-year-old Prancer has been adopted after this ad was written to like get someone to adopt this dog, who was described as a haunted Victorian child in the body of a small dog that hates men and children.
I don't think I saw that.
A Chucky doll
That's
in a
really
dog's
good.
body. was listed for adoption, and then a 36-year-old woman was like, all right, sure, let's do this.
Was that you?
No, I wish it was. It was a woman in Connecticut. She read the article, connected to it, and was like, you know what? Why not?
Connected to it. I also kind of feel like a Chucky doll in a dog's body.
I just like the specificity of a haunted Victorian child is just
good.
brilliant. But
I've heard of haunted dolls, but haunted dogs is next level.
it really
That's
is.
good.
I just think that sounds annoying. So let's do a little vampire.
Yeah, I agree. Ghost is annoying.
Yeah.
They are always whining and asking for stuff.
Yeah.
No handouts, ghosts.
All right, David.
David, would I rather be woken up by a phone service every morning that pretends to be someone different each time, urgently telling me that I'm late for work, missed a meeting, forgot to turn something in the night before, left something on in the kitchen, etc.? Or would I rather be the person that has the job of making that phone call every morning?
Is that your only job?
Yes.
And you only have to make it to one person?
I thought about that, and no, I think that is my, I have to call people in their time zones when they wake up. Like, I'm at a call center and I am coming up with new reasons to call people.
Receive the call.
I think you want to call people because maybe you'd get to talk to them a little bit. Have you ever gotten a call? Have you ever scheduled a call at a hotel? Been like, hey,
Yeah.
Can you call me to wake me up?
Yeah, I have.
I think someone I was with did that once, and it felt so like someone pumping my gas. I was like, what's happening right now? I thought this was my job.
You know what the worst feeling in the world is waking up really early in a super dark hotel room. Can't you just viscerally feel that in your body?
I actually don't know what you mean.
Are you serious?
Why is that bad? I like hotel rooms.
Because hotel rooms are really, really dark because of the blackout curtains. So there's no sun creeping in, and probably you're tired or you were up late because you're on vacation or you flew in or something like that. And it's you wake up and it's unfamiliar, and so you're just like, where am I? I'm so tired. It's so dark. It's just a nightmare.
I like the mystery of it.
Oh God. Anyway, I think that David would get used to getting the annoying calls, and that would just be one part of his day. So I think he'd get used to it. He would learn not to let it rile him up and freak him out. He would just be like, yep, I guess this is how I wake up. This random person calls me and gives me some nonsense. And I think that he would feel bad for the people that he was stressing out by making those calls.
I guess I was thinking it's like a service they signed up for. He didn't say that it wasn't that.
I will clarify. It definitely is that. In the first category, I signed up for it. That's my alarm clock now, is this creative thing that wakes me up every morning and tries to keep me on my toes.
Well, I mean, then even if they did pick it, I think it would be just calling a bunch of random people. And I don't think that that's David's style. I don't think he'd want to do that for a job.
I still think he'd rather. Yeah, I think he'd like it. I think he'd enjoy it. So that's my final answer. You're going to do the calls.
Okay. Emily, what's your final answer? You think I want them?
You want the calls. You want to get them.
Mike's right.
Yay!
You did it.
Doing so well.
Yeah, you were doing so well. Uh-oh.
You were. Yeah, I think that while that probably would get pretty overwhelming and hard after a while, I love the idea of pretending to be someone important to a stranger and be like, hey, it's me, your wife. Get out here in the kitchen right now.
Oh my God.
or something because after a while you can only say hey, you're late for work so many times. You really got to mix it up. And the third or fourth or fifth year of doing this is really when it gets good and you can start building narratives and stuff. I don't know. I just think that would be,
wow.
If I got to get paid to do something, it might as well be weird, not prank calls because they want them. That's the other key. If it were intrusive, I wouldn't want to do it. But they want to be woken up by something that attempts to trick them.
Sure. Okay. Well.
So I would try to
Great.
get really good at impressions, maybe. Yeah.
Best of luck in
Thank
your
you.
future ventures.
Maybe I'll try it out on you tomorrow.
Oh my God.
That wraps it up, I think. I think we've done a good job knowing each other and not
we've done a
learning
good job.
learning new things. So thanks for listening. everyone.
Hey,
thank you.
Hey,
once
thanks.
again.
I just want to say,
Ah.
I decided for the first time ever to actually keep score.
Oh.
And see how we all did.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, I won.
I know you did. I was keeping
Wow.
score in my head like I always do.
I just was having
you-
fun, but
Yeah, well, that's good. And I'm going to write that down. Oh, it looks like Mike actually won.
'Cause he was just having fun.
a good time.
Fun
and we were too
points.
bogged down by the rules.
I'm going to ask one last question, and there will be no further questions after that. That's our last segment. It's called No Further Questions. It's where
It's always been
It's where
called
we
that.
write a legal brief, and then we're not allowed to discuss it after that.
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay, I'm going to ask the would I rather. You just have to answer it, and then we will finish. Would I rather wear fish in my pants at all times, or always have a chewed up garlic clove between my cheek and gums?
Oh, God.
Fish.
Fish.
Fish! Yay!
Yeah! Wow. Those are both so bad. Goodbye.
Fish in your pants.
Bye.
I'm marching, cause I'm gonna
Theme music by Jaden James and the Hunger. Logo by Christian Hagen. Edited by David Gucci. If you want more of our hypothetical content, join our Facebook group or like our posts on Twitter or Instagram or give us some stars and a review on iTunes or wherever the heck you get your podcasts.
I didn't mean for this to be dead air, David. You can talk.
No, it's okay.
Talk, David.
David, talk.
Talk.
Do a little vamping.
Welcome to my castle.
Yeah, very good.